In our time, many are quite familiar with the infamous Russian national anthem, the strong and patriotic tune of the past state anthem of the Soviet Union, resurrected in the year 2000 to be the state anthem of the Russian Federation. But what was the anthem before that? What was the adopted national anthem of Russia right after the dissolution of the Soviet Union? Well, to answer that question, we must dive into the year 1991, right after the collapse of the USSR. In 1991, the newly elected president of Russia, Boris Yeltsin, selected the new national anthem. It was called the Patriotic Song, or Patriotichskaya Pesnya, and it was composed by Mikhail Glinka, but only discovered after his death in 1857. The song was officially made the national anthem of Russia in 1993, but it did not have any official lyrics. Several lyrics were proposed, and the most popular version was Glory to Russia, Slavься Россия, by Viktor Radugin, but unfortunately it was not adopted. One of the primary reasons people think that the anthem was dropped was due to the fact that it lacked lyrics, but the melody of the piece is still quite beautiful, as it had been composed by one of the most legendary Russian composers. Mikhail Glinka was born in a village called Novospaskoye, outside Smolensk. His father had served in the military, and his grandfather was a nobleman of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. He had experienced a large interest in music when he was around 10 or 11 years old. A child of aristocrats, his love for music prompted him to study at the Chief Pedagogic Institute of Spain, St. Petersburg, and he even received piano lessons from an Irish composer named John Field. He later found work inside the Ministry for Communications in the 1820s, 1824 or 25, I believe. But he didn't seem all that engaged in the work enough to build a career. He composed small musical parts, but never anything major, until in the 1830s, Glinka had traveled to Europe, most notably to Italy, to study seriously. Upon his return, he wrote two operas, one being A Life for the Tsar, and the other being Ruslan and Lyudmila. While his last opera was not that well received by the public, he managed to get back on his feet after visiting Spain, meeting Don Pedro Fernandez, his future secretary and best friend. In Paris, a man named Hector Berlois conducted some parts of Glinka's music, and Glinka thanked him in turn by composing a piece for him. Unfortunately, after his trip in Berlin in 1857, he died. Despite his death, he had made great strides in the creation of evidently Russian music. His work did not go in vain, and his two main operas became very well received in the following decades, similarly like Van Gogh's paintings. It is because of his talent and the music he composed prior that the patriotic song was chosen to be Russia's national anthem, and even despite there existing no lyrics, I think it was a great choice. Patriotichskaya Pesnya was a Russian song, not a Soviet song, and in some way acted as sort of a differentiator between Russia and the USSR, a song that would forward Russia's identity as a new country rather than just a reorganized Soviet Union. The fact that lyrics were not given to it seems to me like some sort of bureaucratic error or mishap, which was then used to act as the reason to bar the song from becoming the national anthem of Russia. All in all, many have their opinions, including myself, but the song's history is interesting nonetheless. Thank you for watching, and feel free to post what you think in the comments.